Angkor is one of the most important archaeological sites in Southeast Asia, stretching over some 400 square kilometers, including forested area. Angkor Archaeological Park contains the magnificent remains of the different capitals of the Khmer Empire from the 9th to the 15th century. They include the famous Temple of Angkor Wat and at Angkor Thom, the Bayon Temple with its countless sculptural decorations. UNESCO has set up a wide-ranging program to safeguard this symbolic site and its surroundings. Angkor, in Cambodia's northern province of Siem Reap, is one of the most important archaeological sites of Southeast Asia. It extends over approximately 400 square kilometers and consists of scores of temples, hydraulic structures, basins, dikes, reservoirs, canals, as well as communication routes. For several centuries, Angkor was the center of the Khmer Kingdom, with impressive monuments, several different ancient urban plans, and large water reservoirs. The site is a unique concentration of features testifying to an exceptional civilization. Temples such as Angkor Wat, the Bayon, Preah Khan, and Ta Prohm, exemplars of Khmer architecture, are closely linked to their geographical context as well as being imbued with symbolic significance. The architecture and layout of the successive capitals bear witness to a high level of social order and ranking within the Khmer Empire. Angkor is therefore a major site exemplifying cultural, religious, and symbolic values, as well as containing high architectural, archaeological, and artistic significance. The park is inhabited, and many villages, some of whom the ancestors are dating back to the Angkor period, are scattered throughout the park. The population practices agriculture and more specifically rice cultivation. The Angkor complex represents the entire range of Khmer art, from the 9th to the 14th centuries, and includes a number of indisputable artistic masterpieces like Angkor Wat, the Bayon, Bantier Sray. The influence of Khmer art as developed at Angkor was a profound one over much of Southeast Asia and played a fundamental role in its distinctive evolution. The Khmer Empire of the 9th–14th centuries encompassed much of Southeast Asia and played a formative role in the political and cultural development of the region. All that remains of that civilization is its rich heritage of cult structures in brick and stone. Khmer architecture evolved largely from that of the Indian subcontinent, from which it soon became clearly distinct as it developed its own special characteristics. Some independently evolved, and others acquired from neighboring cultural traditions. The result was a new artistic horizon in Oriental art and architecture. The Angkor complex encompasses all major architectural buildings and hydrological engineering systems from the Khmer period, and most of these barays and canals still exist today. All the individual aspects illustrate the intactness of the site, very much reflecting the splendor of the cities that once were. The site integrity, however, is put under dual pressures. 1. Endogenous, exerted by more than 100,000 inhabitants distributed over 112 historic settlements, scattered over the site, who constantly try to expand their dwelling areas. 2. Exogenous, related to the proximity of the town of Siem Reap, the seat of the province and a tourism hub. Previous conservation and restoration works at Angkor between 1907 and 1992, especially by the École Française d'Extrême-Orient (FEO), the Archaeological Survey of India, the Polish conservation body PKZ, and the World Monuments Fund, have had no significant impact on the overall authenticity of the monuments that make up the Angkor complex and do not obtrude upon the overall impression gained from individual monuments. The property is legally protected by the Royal Decree on the Zoning of the Region of Siem Reap, Angkor, adopted on the 28th of May 1994, and the Law on the Protection of the Natural and Cultural Heritage, promulgated on the 25th of January 1996, the Royal Decree on the Creation of the Apsara National Authority for the Protection of the Site and the Management of the Angkor Region, adopted on the 19th of February 1995, the No. 70 SSR Government Decision, dated the 16th of September 2000, for providing for land use in the Angkor Park. All lands located in Zone 1 and 2 of the Angkor site are state properties, and the Subdecree No. 50 ANKBK on the organization and functioning of the Apsara National Authority adopted on the 9th of May 2008, specifically provided for the establishment of a Department of Land Use and Habitat Management in the Angkor Park, in order to strengthen and to clarify the ownership and building codes in the protected zones 1 and 2. Boundary posts have been put in 2004 and 2009 and the action was completed in 2012. As of 1993, the ICC Angkor International Coordinating Committee for the Safeguarding and Development of the Historic Site of Angkor, created on the 13th of October 1993, ensures the coordination of the successive scientific, restoration and conservation-related projects executed by the Royal Cambodian government and its international partners. It ensures the consistency of the various projects and defines, when necessary, technical and financial standards and calls the attention of all the concerned parties, when required. It also contributes to the overall management of the property and its sustainable development. The successful conservation of the property by the Apsara National Authority, monitored by the ICC Angkor, was crowned by the removal of the property from the World Heritage List I. A public investigation unit was created as measure instrument for identifying the needs, expectations, and behaviors of visitors in order to set policies, monitor its evolution, prepare a flux management policy, and promote the unknown sites.